Hey guys, welcome back to FMR Therapy. We are going to work on some hip external rotation. This is a regression from the McGill Hip Airplane. So, let's talk about this. What we're talking about is we want to do the McGill Hip Airplane in order to get better somehow, some way at external rotation or stability in the hip, maybe because of the knee or something else going on, right? But having a hard time really understanding what the body is supposed to be doing in this hip airplane action where I roll my pelvis down, roll my pelvis out, and keep my knee in place. Maybe it's a balance thing. Maybe I really just have such a tension going on in internal rotation that it's really just hard to get up into that external rotation in the airplane. So we're going to regress this back a little bit. I want you to just stand with your 2 feet, one next to another. It's kind of easier to put like your hands on your hips because then you can sort of see what your hips are doing in space, right? We're going to make sure that the big toe and the ball of the big toe of the stance leg stay on the ground. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the other foot and you're just going to turn your body and put your other foot perpendicular to the front foot. Now, as we're doing that, the thing I'm actually really focusing on as I turn my torso and turn my leg sideways, the other direction, is I'm actually really focusing on this knee. I want this knee to stay right where it is. In fact, I want that little kneecap to be pointing toward my little toes, right? So I don't want my knee to come with me. You see that action of my kneecap kind of now facing where my big toe would be as I come back. That's just a really easy, sort of functional movement that my body does. And I'm trying to go against that to teach it something. So I'm pushing my knee actively this way as I step back and start turning my torso. And I can feel a bunch of tension happening in my hips when I do that because it really wants to just do this. So I can get into that position where I've turned my foot, turned my body, turned my pelvis. And now I'm going to take my knee and I'm going to pull it wide, right? Or as I go back, I can just keep my knee in that position. I'm pulling it this way and then turning my pelvis. Let's say I can't even tell where my knee is in space. Well, then you can use something, right? Get yourself a kitchen chair or maybe an ottoman, something that you can put that lower leg, put that knee up against, and you can feel the pressure of your knee. You're going to start by standing right next to that thing, and you can feel it right there on your leg. Hands on the hips. As you start turning, if you lose contact with your leg in that item, then I want you to hold that position with your body and your pelvis facing to the side, and then go and find that chair, find that ottoman, right? And then come back. So if I step back and I can push into this thing, get nice and tall here, get my pelvis facing that way, get my knee on there, I'm going to feel all that kind of, tension mounting in my hips. Or if I step back and I lose it, then I'm just going to stay in position here, keep my pelvis here, take this knee, this outside knee, and start hunting down that chair to find it and get into that position. We're really just trying to teach the hip new things. It's not necessarily that this is how you would always move. This is just going to be an exercise to make you a little bit better at that hip external rotation and free up some of your hip internal rotation. Give that a try. Let's say, 10 to 15 to 20 reps on each leg every other day, perhaps. You're just working a drill here. We're not necessarily doing strength training, just working a drill. Might feel a little bit uncomfortable at first. Stretch your hips out afterwards, and then just repeat it over and over and over again. This consistency on doing something like this is what's going to lead us up to being able to do that hip airplane where we're really going to start building strength and stability in the hip. All right, I hope you liked this one, you guys, and we'll see you next time.